Oh man, I kind of wish I had an easier way to fade one into the other than that. It's a it's a little funky. Anyway, hey guys, hey, it's me, it's Tech Janko. How you guys doing? Hello again. We're back, doing it up again. Um, what's new? Oh, hey. I am excited because tomorrow I'm going to go get to see the new live action How to Train Your Dragon movie, and I really liked the original, so it was really cool. And more promising still, I haven't heard anything about it, even though it's already out, which means the people who don't like things, who get to me first for some reason, have not said anything about it, which must mean it's at least all right. We have high hopes over here. Anyway, and then we got to see the original, the animated, for my sister apparently the first time, which is interesting. I usually don't see a movie until she sees it first, so it was weird knowing that she didn't see it before I did. Hey, it's still good. Guess what? How to Train Your Dragon is still one of the best DreamWorks movies kind of out there. Deservedly so. Rocks socks. Give me 1 second. Yeah, there it is. Thank you. But nothing else much going on. Oh, hey. If you rely on my various social media feeds for when I have something new out, don't. Just kind of in general. You probably just like subscribe for that or something, man. I don't know. There's got to be an easier way to do that. But moreover, the reason I bring it up in the first place, what the fuck? It's weird. I'm gonna ignore that. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Anyway, right. So, if you are caught up, kind of quote unquote local time, you may or may not see that me and my friend Saf are doing a let's play of the first round of 100 Line Last Events Academy. A little bit on the down low, I actually do plan on doing at least one other route. Just one other route. Because I do want to keep a little something to myself. But there is, for the first 2 or 3 episodes, which are all really long. So if you're really into like the really long videos, that's there for you. But the first 3 are streams, like live streams. And then just recently I put out a pre-record, and that didn't get any kind of fanfare. That's kind of on purpose. Saf wants to edit the videos themselves for right now, but at the same time I also kind of want to keep things moving. So if you're looking forward to the next Last Defense Academy, I noticed some people already saw it, so that's cool. I'm not talking to you guys. You guys are on top of things. What else? Oh, should I even bother bringing this up? The only reason I thought about it was because I was kind kind of jokingly taking credit for Hollow Ataraxia remake coming out, but like, you know what? No, I'm gonna leave it at that. Future people watching this, if you want to figure out what I'm talking about, find the date. Oops, shit, I'm not recording. Ugh, shit. Well, that was supposed to be recording earlier. Hey, guys. I don't know why I bother recording the YouTube ones. They get saved kind of permanently. So I stream and record all of my... You know what? Hold on. Let me finish this first thought first. I had a weird thought connected to taking credit for Hollow Ataraxia getting its remake out. One, that was half joking. Two, I'm not going to say what exactly brought that up, but I will say, check the list of Devil May Cry related events between now, or between when these two, between this Fate Triple C episode and the last Triple C episode came out. And then I'm going to let you kind of decide what that means. Anyway, the reason I do, it's a little silly for me to record these YouTube episodes, because I originally, I don't originally, but like I record the I record all the streams that I do because I like to keep a record, but also sometimes I'll stream on Twitch, and Twitch has never really been VOD friendly, but now more recently than ever, it's like, you be there or be square, motherfucker. Like, I don't like that. That's it just feels like bad. Like, I don't like that. So that's why the Hollow Ataraxia episodes get uploaded instead of just like, oh, you weren't there. And there's a part of me that wants to actually stream those on YouTube, but I actually really like the setup that I got going for right now, because it allows me to touch it up just a little bit extra with like a thumbnail and some extra fun stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy the effort that I put into that. But if you don't, hey, whatever. I do that for me. This whole thing, this whole channel and everything else that connected to it, this is for me, baby. If you're enjoying what I'm doing, cool. You can feel free to come along for the ride. But this is all for me, baby. I am doing what I. Anyway, that's about what, it's 5 maybe more minutes of rambling. Less than the recording, which I don't know why I'm still doing for YouTube. Why don't we get started as soon as I can untangle these cords? I hope you guys are happy with this. I've managed to untangle myself from what is it called? Night Rain long enough to do these. God, Night Rain is just taking up way more of his time than I want it to, which sucks, because I've been trying to get back onto like a schedule, like a work schedule, to actually do something and put stuff out, like extra stuff out, and it's just killing me. It's actually killing me. It's so good. It's so good. Anyway. This one, okay. I don't know why it confused me for a second. Whatever. I awakened to the twilight I'm well acquainted with. I was able to get some sleep since I had the bed this time, so now my body feels much more limber. BB's motives, the state of the labyrinth, and our president's absence. There's a lot of things we need to discuss. What do we head straight to the student council room? We don't head straight to the student council room because we got some other stuff we need to do. Oh shit, this girl probably tore the fuck up. She made it out all right. I really am so glad. What? Oh. What are you guys talking about? What? Stop, don't talk to me. If you start getting all chummy, BB's gonna hone in on me. That happens, whatever, don't talk to me anymore. Don't. Okay. I know she can. I know she can reach over here and delete, because there used to be one here. Oh, that one. You were a silly one. What's going on over here, guys? Hey, now that I'm thinking about it, why is it... I hate to ask, could you leave me be for a while? Everyone's so somber. What's going on? Oh, so you're okay, thank goodness. Hello? I'm alright. My left side spiritual structure collapsed a bit. Oh, that's right. Everyone with the attack. Right. How is everyone? That must be why she was using she. I'll turn that down a little bit. I'm mumbling into this already. Alright. Hey guys. Am I alive? It was imaginary number space. She's mad. BB's gone mad. BB's the worst AI ever. Didn't accept her surrender. But she did say we didn't help her. What does that mean? We had run-ins with BB since some time in the past. I don't have any recollections of them. What's going on? I had some sort of strange dream. It felt like a B-tier horror flick. This won't make her for a very good first date. You're still talking about that, bro? I don't know that she's gonna go for it, bro. Hey man, what's good? I had like a horrible dream. A master had black coat attacked me, and all the NPCs were knocked out and dropped into pitch black grays. Crazy. Must have been a dream, right? Some dog scary soccer was laughing. I know that girl would never make such an expression. Yeah, that's it. It was a dream. We're heading back soon. I can't stick around in a place like this even one more day. I'll try, man. Hey, how's it go?
Well,
そちらも無事だったようだな。相変わらずの強運、いや、悪運と言うべきかな。Well, now, seems like you made it out safe and sound, too. That's that stupendous luck of yours. No, maybe I should say devil's luck. Seeing him standing exactly where he always does here in the commissary makes me feel a little relieved. I wonder how did Kudamine manage to escape Julius's raid? 君には話していなかったが、私は趣味で八極拳をたしなんでいてね。ま、素人の真似事だが。I never told you about this, but I dabble in Bajikwan as a hobby. Although, I'm just a novice imitating. Really? So, did he fight Julius? いや、戦ってはいない。私のスキルを知っていたのか、それとも敵対する理由がないからか。Father Kodamine, you rock. You're a terrible person, but you rock. No, we didn't fight. Perhaps he knew of my skills, or perhaps he had no reason to confront me. とにかく、彼は手を出してこなかった。少しばかり残念だよ。たまには新脚の一つも打ってみたかったのでね。In any case, he didn't make any moves on me. It's a little disappointing. Sometimes I want to try zenjiaoing someone. For that one moment, Kodamine, with his faint smile, looked like a hellish fiend. A cold sweat runs down my back. Maybe it was wise for Julius to not have attacked him. That receipt stretching. I'm a little short. It's more expensive than I said it would be. Actually, hold on. It's cotton gloves. Oh yeah, I am just a little bit short. Okay, hold on. What don't I use? Water amount of certain HP. This. Damn it. This. This UI interface system. Yeah! Nice. I don't care where you end up, as long as I end up with it. I'm getting used to seeing Father Kodamine as a clerk. Honestly, I think his business was... I didn't think business was for him at first, but you know, with his scary face. Hey, Taiga. Glad to see you made it out. Oh, hey, Kishinami. You tried very hard to spell S. I attempted that ocean alone, but that's why I failed. There's a reason. Oh, person is drawn as two people supporting each other. So, Kishinami, commence the Taiga quest. In order to escape, I need someone smart to support me. Otherwise, I can't swim all the way across the digital sea. So, Mr. Kishinami, that's why I want you to go look for a smart kid that can support me. Preferably as soon as possible. Tita's counting on you. Right. Hey, man, how you doing? Oh, it's heavy, bro. Today-based life forms, I guess the imaginary number space is like a nightmare. Interesting. Anyway, let's see what you mean by hell. Please don't bother the other guys. As thick-headed as those guys are, they took huge damage. Interesting. These guys are great. Yeah, everyone's out and about. We'll get to them later, but I do want to check one last thing. And then I'll teleport straight over to the student council. Oh, wow. How are you guys doing? Why do that to someone like me? No. Yeah. Oh, it's you. The Holy Grail War is a repetitive exchange for the lives over the Holy Grail. In these circumstances, we in management should just surrender to BB if we value our lives. Right now, I should be thankful that I'm still here. I thought we formally surrendered to the administrative NPCs make their authority restored. I was naive. That master, Julius, raided us, but BB didn't show up. The only thing we learned was how repulsive the imaginary space outside the school is. The far side of the moon stores humanity's malicious data. It's that kind of place BB was gathering her power in this whole time. There it is. It's been a while since I've stood before this bookshelf, and naturally what I want to know is Gilgamesh. In that imaginary numbers ocean, Gilgamesh declared that we would fight together. That'll meet his expectations for me. As his master, I want to study his legend. I pull the Epic of Gilgamesh off the bookshelf and open back up to the page I had previously stopped on. There was a second sticky note in it that wasn't there before. To my carefree moron of a senpai, if you wish to read further, then please be the empty-headed, eager youth that you are, and foolishly make that gas-guzzling AUO spam his skills. Yours truly, a little mean imp. God damn, do I love her, but she's such a bitch. That's definitely going to drain his MP. We've been fighting together for a while now, and I'm sure I've used his skills many times. As I think this to myself, I turn the page. It opens. With the reading restriction lifted, deeper portions of the legend are available to me. Easy. In the middle of the book talks about Gilgamesh's adolescence, being a tyrannical king who obtained every treasure there is. The one and only person in his life he ever considered a friend, an adventure unimaginably grand, and the farewell that concluded it. I got absorbed in reading and eventually reached a page I couldn't open. Unfortunately, it looks like this is all for today. I reluctantly put the epic back on the bookshelf. For now, it's time to return to my room, put the legend together in a matrix. Alright. Oh man, I gotta go to my room. It was telling me to. Men's fingers, men's gloves. Gloves. Yeah, that is nice. Nope, the gloves. Fascinating. We got white? Yeah, we got white. I like this look. Yeah, it's a good look. I love the customization. Nah, you can't tell. No, they need to be black. Partially so you can tell. Anyway. You wear that gaudy leopard print, I swear to God. Yes, you look good. More importantly, you don't fucking clank when you walk around. Anyway. Hey, I got a thing on Karn. Really? I thought I didn't know that. Oh, son, abide to death, a Sivi Shakti. A spear of light that only strikes once. A spear of mortality made of lightning. When the battle between Karna and Arjuna reached its final stages, in order to aid Arjuna, his father Indra, king of the gods, took Karna's greatest armor, his golden armor, for trickery. However, Karna's attitude at the time was so noble that Indra came to adore Karna, his son's enemy, and gave to him, in compensation for taking his armor, a power of the god of thunder that he never let anyone but himself wield. This is that thunder spear, said to hold the power to defeat the gods themselves. There is no record of Karna ever using it in his battle. A true hero can kill with a glance, or some shit. I don't know. Oh my god, is it crashing? Hello? You can do it. I know you can do it. Hang in there. I can already see some of the words. Do you think if I canceled out, it would stop? I'm going to give it a couple more. Like, you can hear that too. It's like... Oh no, this is like full... Oh boy, this is the soft crash if ever I've heard one. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reset. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. We are going to have to take a little bit of a break here for a sec. Hold on. Streaming people, you get to see how the sausage is made. Oh gosh. Well, that's annoying. We're going to see just how well that skip button works. There it is, yep. I'm not going to talk to everybody again because that's just a waste of time. Who do I want to talk to? You... I need to talk to Kotamine. You're a badass. You can do the Bajikwan. I hope I do the exact same things again and it results in another crash. Hey, Tiger. Yep. Yep. Okay. The infirmary, the library. Yep. And then I go here. Wow, hey. We can continue reading on. Wow, hey. Wow, look at that. Thanks, BB. Wow, yay. My room. Oh. At the wrong one anyway. Information matrix. No. Hold on. Closet. Me. Gloves. That one. It's mainly the shoes. But it's a good look. White. Kill your gaudy ass shit. This? Change. Zombie stew. Alright, let's sell in. Save state. There it is. Okay. Character background 2. The conflict of the Kauravas, for whom Arjuna held his bow as a soldier, and the Pandavas, led by Arjuna, intensified and finally led to war with territory on the line. The Kurukeshtra War, where Karna's life came to an end. Karna continued to wield his strength with the victory of the 100 Kaurava princes and Duryodhana on the Pandava side. Only Arjuna could oppose Karna, but even he knew facing Karna directly meant death. Though a number of conflicts, fates, and mutual hatred, the war between the two camps arrived at Kurukestra. Having reached that point, Karna's mother, Kunti, waged one last gamble, reveal Karna's lineage to him, and draw him to the Pandava camp. Kunti confided in Krishna, a friend of Arjuna, in the guise of an attendant, and the two went to meet with Karna. Kunti revealed herself as Karna's mother, speaking in tears of how fighting with his blood brothers was futile, and that by fighting alongside Arjuna he would attain glory. Karna made sure to thank his archenemy Arjuna's friend, Krishna, and calmly listened to his mother's arguments. Afterwards, I understand your words. To join hands with my brothers and return to my proper form. It is a story filled with light, without a single fault. Then, facing with a rejoicing Kunti, Karna continued speaking in an even softer voice. But I wish for you to answer one thing. Do you not feel those words of yours were too late? She was too late in declaring herself as his mother. She was too late in looking back on Karna. If you do not feel ashamed, then please answer. If you who call yourself my mother have done no wrong, then accept the past without shame. Well, Kunti was a selfish woman. It came from her innocence and naivete. She was most definitely not a shameless woman. She knew what she had done. Abandoning the newborn Karna for her own sake was completely selfish, felt remorse for it. Jesus Christ, this one's long. That was why she had some degree of pride. She could not tell Karna, who grew up alone until now, was grateful for his foster family and not once brought himself to hate another. Such a horrible lie. Without giving an answer, Kunti broke off negotiations. And as she was taking her leave, Karna said, "It is a fraudulent, selfish love. The only one that love can save is yourself. That love is directed at no one but yourself. However, I shall answer those feelings. I will not kill the brothers who cannot best me in battle. I will only give my fullest against my arch enemy, Arjuna." Now, Karna swore not to lay a hand on the brothers who were inferior to him in strength. The countless times afterwards that Karna spared the 5 brothers were due to his oath. Return to the place you obtained by your own hands. Though it was only once, I am grateful that you called me your son. Karna opened the gates and escorted Kunti out. That was the love Karna bore for his mother, Kunti. Not love for his mother at this late hour, but Kunti's resolution to appeal with her feelings as a mother. Even if it wasn't genuine, that is what he answered. Kunti ran the risk of her past coming to light, to the hero of charity, Karna. Oh, such determination was worthy of compensation. And so, it was just before the final battle. Arjuna's father, thunder god Indra, realizes that Karna could not be persuaded, so he took the form of a Brahmin, made contact with Karna, and took his golden armor. Though Karna had lost the invulnerability given by his father Surya, he still refused to relent from battle. He cared not that, with the loss of his golden armor, he hastened to his own death. Struck by Karna's resolution, Indra asked why. Why would he continue to fight with the loss of his armor? Yet, without blaming Indra, who hatched the scheme out of love for Arjuna, there is no need to hate you. It was simply a matter of being one step ahead. In fact, yes. Though a god, you are also a father. Such a thing brings me joy. Then why continue to the battlefield? Asked Indra. To me, defeat is bringing shame upon my father. Even if death awaits me, I cannot run away. After all, that was his reason for living. To Karna, who lived his life with pride in those who gave him life and raised him, his life was not his own. Besides, I owe Duryodhana a debt. For some reason, that audacious yet timid man is so bright to me. It may be blasphemy against my father, but at times like this I feel that light of his is as warmth as of the sun. It wasn't the fire of the sun that Karna carried, nor the absolute brilliance of Surya. To Karna, that sun was the imperfect charm that humans displayed. Indra, seeing him the divinity of Surya himself, gave Karna his spear. He had taken from this noble hero something greater than his life. Unless he gave something as compensation, his honor would be stained, and above all, he was charmed by him. If it was this man, he would wield the mightiest spear that Indra hadn't given to even his own son. Karna left the Brahmin, having lost his armor, his flesh, and headed off to the battlefield, then as a ghost. To his final battle with Arjuna, Karna was already without allies. His trusted charioteer was already an enemy, in collusion with the Pandavas. Numerous burdens, feelings for his younger half-brothers. From a curse, the wheel of Karna's chariot was stuck. The string on Arjuna's bow had drawn to its limits. The brothers, long since bound by an unseen fate to vie for supremacy, could only in this moment strike at one another with all their might. And sure enough, Arjuna's bow shot down the sun. After death, Karna is said to have unified with his father, Surya. He was the hero of charity, a saint whose creed was not to refuse people who ask or rely on him. The hero who, while extraordinarily capable, was tragically enemies with his blood brothers, cast with various curses, and lost his life without showing his true worth. That is Karna. As a side note, whether or not Arjuna knew that Karna was his older brother is uncertain. It seems the only people who knew that were that Karna was Kunti's son were Karna, Kunti, Krishna, and the sun god Surya. We got a lot of new things on her. Self-modification, Odia Pulculum, Pewter Staff of Domination, BB's pointing stick. Really? I didn't know that was a special thing. A device enabling full use of the advanced AI's authority. There are restrictions on the far side of the moon, but with this, BB can alter the Spiritron laws, or the game rules, of the Seraph. The Domina Coranum 10 crowns, worn by the Beast of Babylon, in the form of a teacher's cane. This stems from the theory that the seven-headed beast is a male instead of a female. The true nature is that of a phallus, an erect rod. The symbol of the king of the world, granted power and authority by a great dragon, and for a period of 42 months, spat as many arrogant words as they desired, and received the right to desecrate all things. The beast's heads are the 7 hills of the Roman Empire: Capitolium, Palatium, Aventus, Esquilinus, Caelus, Curinalis, Viminalis. In other words, it symbolized the Roman Empire itself, and the 10 horns were symbols of Augustus, Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius, Nero, Vespasianus, Titus, Galba, Otho, Vitellinus, those emperors. Fascinating. The Golden Grail, Aurea Poculum EX. The golden cup that BB possesses. It's the Holy Grail. One that grants its holder audacious, selfish desires. The cup of Babylon, the Great, the Whore of Babylon, from the Apocalypse of John, the Book of Revelations. It's a fake Holy Grail, but because it's fake, it then becomes a real Holy Grail, granting the desires of humans, regardless of right or wrong. Christians of the day, holding honorable poverty a virtue, saw the cup made of things like gold, the symbol of fortune, and surely considered it the definition of wealth, greed, and the vanity to decorate themselves. Though it's clear the cup held by Babylon the Great personified the Roman emperors, it symbolized the wealth of the earth, an inversion of Christ's words, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth." I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. In Apocalypse, a description of the beast of destruction that appeared in the holy city of Jerusalem and the woman sitting on it, a giant beast with 7 heads like the Hydra, appeared from the sea and landed on the holy city. This beast and woman were 2, yet as one, and it was impossible to think of them as separate. It is said that this woman is born from all evil, and those quick to anger or are greedy cannot resist her temptations, and is corrupted by the Grail. As a side note, it is said that after her death, the Red Saber, who claimed the title of Emperor, was seen by her believers to be on par with this beast. Her rider form, let's not talk about that. Self-modification. A skill to remodel oneself. AIs created by the Moon Cell have an absolute directive. Improving your functionality is not allowed. However, BB, released from that restriction due to her breaking down began to expand her own functions. To boost her computational ability, she had the black noise prey on and dismantle AIs, NPCs, and even servants, to use them as her own memory. While these add-ons won't save her from self-destruction, it's turned BB into a super AI with enormous capacity. Her condition is like a city that's continuing to be built as it's sinking, or Frankenstein's monster. Fascinating. And the man of the hour, Gilgamesh himself. Oh shit. Got a couple things. Strength B, Endurance C, Agility C, Mana A, Luck A, Divinity Gold, Rule Collector. Fascinating. Keyword friend. Oh, he must be talking about it. Oh god, all of them. Each one longer than the last. Okay. Golden rule. Not the golden ratio of one's body, but how much money is one is destined to acquire in life. At rank A, it could be described as a soul of gold. Even while living the high life in a goldy manner, he won't ever want for money in his life. Okay. Brother, I got other things to do tonight. The star of creation that split heaven and earth. Enema Elish. Gilgamesh's final noble phantasm, exemplifying creation, the beginning of everything. Bearing the name of a god from Mesopotamian mythology, causing the severance of space, the sword of rupture Ea. The god Ea is believed to be the quasi-deification of the power of the planet that turned, smashed, and stabilized the surface of the earth in its primordial stages, covered in gas and seas of magma. Most gods began building nations after primordial earth stabilized into a world that could sustain life, but Ea was a god who built the planet before them. Gilgamesh's sword, bearing Ea's name, alters space itself by agitating space-time through the rotation of 3 gigantic layers of force fields. Its true power is not something to be used against a single life form, but against the world. Even among the many noble phantasms possessed by servants, it's one of the best, the sword that cut the world apart. King of Heroes, another name for Gilgamesh. Not as in a king who is a hero king, but with the implication of being a king over heroes, the king of heroes. The story of Gilgamesh, mankind's oldest hero, was replicated in the myths and countries all around the world. The origin of all myths the model heroes are based on. Referring to him as such would not be an exaggeration. Heroes of the various mythologies were all more or less derived from the legend of Gilgamesh. As such, Gilgamesh possesses the prototypes of the noble phantasms those heroes carry, the original treasures from before their legends were arranged. Perhaps it's a paradox. Unless Gilgamesh owns the original, it cannot be passed down as a noble phantasm to the heroes that later derive from him. It was a time when humanity was still few in number, ruling his kingdom and living in luxury as he saw fit, gathering all the treasures of the world into his treasury. In that treasury held the originals of treasured swords that later saved later heroes, and cursed swords that took the lives of heroes. Herein lies the reason Gilgamesh is the king of heroes. Ordinarily, a hero would only have a single noble phantasm. Owing unlimited numbers of them would naturally include the legend of those heroes are weak against. It would be impossible for the average heroic spirit to contend with him. As a heroic spirit, he is absolutely indomitable in battle against other heroic spirits. There may be a number of heroes who hold the title of king, such as the king of knights and the king of conquerors, but there is only one man in the world, under heaven and earth, with the name the absolute king of all heroes. Okay. As a young man, Gilgamesh's violent disposition only grew. Naturally, the people of Uruk, but even the gods who dispatched him, were greatly perplexed by this violence. Gilgamesh is not fulfilling his original purpose. That insolent creature needs someone to punish him. With that conclusion, the gods sent a single being to the surface. Their name was Enkidu, made by a god and given her blood, just like Gilgamesh. They had neither sex, gender, nor a fixed form. Shaped from clay by a god, Enkidu was Uruk's greatest weapon, able to change their shape at will. According to that god, Mother's will, Enkidu confronted Gilgamesh before the temple of Uruk. Clashing like a storm, they fought throughout the city. After a fierce battle, they both collapsed to the ground, praised each other's valor, and became peerless friends. For Gilgamesh, who had been without equal, it was the first time he found someone he could call a friend. Afterwards, through his egotism didn't change, Gilgamesh was admonished by Enkidu and softened his tyranny. Gilgamesh, who had someone to understood him in Enkidu, defeated the forest guardian and beast of a god, Umbaba, and took possession of every treasure as the greatest king on earth. At that time, Gilgamesh was so dazzlingly powerful he was in existence that not even the gods could avert their eyes from. A goddess fell in love with Gilgamesh. It was the goddess of fertility, Ishtar. She proposed to Gilgamesh, but was quickly refused. He knew how much Ishtar was a whimsical and brutal witch who broke men. Ishtar, enraged by Gilgamesh's insult, begged her father, Anu, in tears for retribution, and released the greatest of divine beasts, the Bull of Heaven, onto Earth. The Bull of Heaven, Gungalana, was an extreme skyscraping disaster clad in storms. When it appeared, a 7-year famine and destruction struck the Earth. In other words, the downfall of Uruk. Against this unrivaled divine beast, Gilgamesh and Enkidu worked together to fight it and repelled it splendidly. The goddess had lost face once again. Naturally, Ishtar's rage had calmed, so she requested the gods of the death for either of the two. For a mortal to kill the beast of the gods was a sin. Ishtar's wish was granted, and one of the two, Enkidu, created by the gods and unable to defy that decree, slowly weakened and died. The sole person who understood that king, Enkidu, just how large a shadow this lot cast over Gilgamesh, it's told in the rest of his life afterward. Enkidu was an autonomous weapon made from clay by the gods. In seraph terms, they'd be something like an AI. Being complete from birth, they neither grow nor evolve, able to take various forms as needed. It's said that their usual form was that of a 16-year-old, with long hair shining a faint light green, and able to be taken as a boy or a girl. Oh, okay. Totally worth it, though. Just spent like 30 minutes reading something. It's time to play the game. That's my room. Fuck. Nope, shit. Ah. We gotta get the music going again.
Ohayo. よしよし、ちゃんと眠ったみたいね。幾分マシな顔になったわよ。
Morning. Good. Looks like you slept well. You're even looking chipper now, Kishinami.
おはようございます。6時間15分。やや余分がありますが、理想的な睡眠時間です。
Good morning. It's been 6 hours and 15 minutes. Slightly more than you need, but otherwise the ideal time has been sleeping.
おはようございます。コーヒーをどうぞ。インスタントなレシピですけど、美味しいですよ。
Good morning, Kishinami. Have some coffee. It's a simple instant blend, but it's tasty. 3 people have already started stirring within student council rooms. Sakura, who I didn't get to see yesterday, looks well. I reply with my own greeting, good morning, and take my usual seat, furnished with coffee. The president's seat is in front of me, empty. The graceful smile that belongs in it has sunk to the bottom of the imaginary numbers ocean. Still, no, that's exactly why I mustn't lose spirit. Because while his body disintegrated, he said he was passing the torch to me. Ugh. Suddenly I see something I'm not used to. The screen is displaying something. It's the moon. No, it seems to be Earth. What is this?
それはセブンレイターです。BB が人類の欲望を解放した場合の未来をシミュレートしたものです。
That's 7 days later. It's a simulation of the future where BB has unleashed humanity's
も
desires.
し BB がムーンセル中枢を侵食し、行動を開始したらという題目で、その7日後の地球環境を計算中です。
It's calculating the global environment 7 days after this. What if BB encroaches on the moon cell's core and makes her move?
さくらの協力でムーンセルのスペックを推量し、その影響力を再現していますので、ほぼ現実に起きる未来とお考えください。
With Sakura, we inferred the moon cell specs and are reproducing the influence it has. Think of this as an approximate future that'll occur. 7 days later. It's easy to imagine that It's easy to imagine that the conclusion it'll crunch up to won't be anything good. That said, I can't make any sense of the simulator. I mustered up the courage to ask, what's happening specifically?
分かっている範囲だと、この7日後の時点で人類の40%がすでに死亡しているわ。
From what we know, after these 7 days, 40% of humanity will have perished. 40%. Suppose someone had 10 friends. 4 of them would die. Or 100 countries getting wiped off the map. It's hard to get a real sense of it, but the total number of deaths would be despairing. I'm thoroughly reassessing the gravity of our situation.
何度も再計算してみたわ。でも、これが現実よ。加速度
We,
的に滅びの未来は確定していく。
we tried recalculating countless times, but this is what it is. It's confirming that the future will accelerate to extinction.
そうなれば、私たちが聖杯戦争に勝って得るべき望みも、おのずから意味を失うことになります。
Ugh. Oh god, I'm yawning like crazy. If that happens, the wish we must obtain through fighting the Holy Grail, or will that naturally lose its meaning?
責任重大というより、一連卓上ね。
It's a big responsibility, or rather, we're all in the same boat here.
私もできるだけお手伝いします。ですから、
I'll help as much as I can, so
ええ、わかってるわ。私たちは勝つ。BB を止める。そして、聖杯戦争へ戻る。
yeah, I know. We'll win. We'll stop BP. And then we'll return to the Holy Grail War.
それまで、諦めるわけにはいかないの。
Until then, we can't give up.
はい、勝ちましょう。アトラス院の名にかけて、我が死より与えられた誇りのもとに。
Yes, let's win. In the name of the Atlas Institute, by the pride I was bestowed by my mentor.
その通りです。私も AI として BB は野放しにはできません。
That's right. As an AI, I also can't let BB go unchecked. That's right. Humanity, ruined by its own desires. We mustn't bring about a collapse resulting from lives being abandoned.
よし、そうと決まれば行動あるのみよ。具体的な攻略方法の話をするわ。何？状況説明お願い。
All right, with that settled, that leaves only action. Now I'll ask about a specific method of attack. Ronnie, please explain the situation.
現在 BB はムーンセルの 90% を掌握しました。あとは中枢を攻め落とすだけのようです。
Currently, BB has seized 90% of the moon cell. It appears that she need only assault the core
それ
now.
に伴い、迷宮は18階まで拡張されています。センチネルは不明ですが、おそらく片方はアルターエゴでしょう。
Along with that, the labyrinth has been extended up to an 18th floor. The sentinels are unknown, but one is likely an alter ego. The labyrinth was extended by 6 floors. That should require 2 sentinels, but I can't think of any candidates either. Still, this is how it always is. Whoever our opponent is, we'll have to crush them and progress through the labyrinth.
さすが行き当たりばったりのプロ。いい顔してるわ。頼りにしてる。
You sure are pro winging it. Looks like you're on board. We're counting on you.
私からもいいでしょうか。セブンレイターの結果も問題ですが、今後の BB の状態も気になります。
May I add something? Although the outcome of 7 days later is a problem, I'm also curious about BB's state from this point on.
ムーンセル中枢に至った彼女は、今度はムーンセルと同化するでしょう。これは今までの侵食とは違うものです。
She reached the moon cell's core and will likely soon merge with the moon cell. It is unlike what she's encroached on
ムーン
before.
セルほどの観測、演算回路と価値観を同じにしたとき、BB の思考ルーチンは正常を保てるのか。
Once her measurement/processing circuitry and evaluation systems are equal to the moon cells, will BB's thought routine remain
た
normal?
とえ保てたとしても、人格基準が上書きされることは明白です。
Supposing it even does, it's evident that even the reference for her personality will be overwritten.
月の裏側の支配だけなら、彼女は彼女のままで存在できます。ですが、ムーンセルすべてとなると、
She can exist as she is if she only rules over the far side of the moon. But once she becomes the entire moon
そ
cell,
の最大の問題に、彼女が気づいていないはずはないのですが。
I don't expect her to have not realized this massive problem.
何それ？ BB は自滅する可能性が高いってこと？
The hell? Are you suggesting there's a high probability of BB destroying herself?
今のところは。ですが、彼女が始めてしまったプログラムは止まりません。BB が理解していても状況は同じです。
For the time being. However, she can't stop the program she's begun. Whether she's aware or not, her situation remains the same.
どっちにしろ、ムーンセル中枢に行くまでに止めないとまずいってことね。
Either way, if we don't stop her before she gets to the moon cell's core, everyone's in big trouble.
はい。ですので、引き続き迷宮の踏破を。
Correct. So we'll have Mr. Kishinami continue exploring the labyrinth.
ヒャッホー！前置きなしの BB チャンネル。
Yippee! No introductions. BB channel. Fuck. Okay. This is my favorite track. Are you enjoying? Uh-huh. Where's the music?
驚きましたか、先輩方。分かっていても防げない約束された勝利の特番。
It's unblockable even if you see it coming. The special broadcast of promised victory.
BB チャンネルオンエアです。
BB channel on air now. Ugh. My voice doesn't go well at all. Why'd you have to surprise us with it if it's already a promised victory? BB seems indifferent to how inhumanely she's treated me in the imaginary number space, and had no intention of changing her act. Now that's one steeled stage persona. Beside BB, a sink and a stove glisten. This looks like a set for Don't Tell Me.
あ、見えてます？期待してます？
Oh? You can see? Are you getting your hopes
そう
up?
です。今回のテーマは、
That's right. Today's theme is
潰しても飛ばしても食いついてくる貪欲肉食系の先輩を美味しく調理。
Picking up my lusty, pushy senpai who keeps coming for a piece of me no matter how much I smash or blow him away.
BB3 分クッキング。
BB's 3-minute cookout. Cheerful music is playing. If I recall correctly, this song is, well, just imagine it to be whatever you like. I want it to be the BB theme. Why can't I hear the BB theme? But I don't know if she can even cook. If she's the same model as Sakura, then I would think she has some skills. I would think. Yeah, this will be good.
組役は一任する。あの女ならば、もしや未体験の珍味を生み出すやもしれん。
Hakuno, I'll leave you to test it for poison. Knowing that woman, she might produce a never-before-seen delicacy.
その時は俺に代わるがよい。存分に批評してやろ
And when that happens, I'll take your place. I'll review it candidly. Well, this is a broadcast. No matter what she serves up, it won't actually be tasted. Let's have the staff savor it.
あ、私の料理スキルを疑ってます？
Huh? Are you doubting my cooking skills?
先輩ごときに乙女スキルの心配をされるなんて心外すぎてテンションガタ落ちです。
Having someone like Senpai doubt my maidenly skills kills my mood way more than I thought it would.
そもそも3分クッキングって何ですか？
What is 3-minute cooking anyway?
2分でボスエネミーを想像できる私を舐めてるんですか？
I can create boss enemies in 2 minutes. Are you making fun
あ
of
ま
me?
りにテンション下がっちゃったのでメニュー変更。
My mood's gone out the window. Menu change.
ズバリ昨日の残り物です。
Yesterday's leftovers, of course.
う。貴様、それでもシステムを掌握した女か。新しい美味の一つも生み出せぬとは、まさに黒い女神よな。
You're the woman who seized the system. You can't even produce one delicacy. Talk about a wicked goddess.
なんとでも言っててください。それじゃあレンジでチン。
Say whatever you like. Time to set the microwave.
残り物の完成で
Done. Leftovers ready to eat. BB proudly takes the dish out. It looks empty.
あら、レディートされすぎて縮んじゃったみたいですね。
Oh dear, it seems I deleted overcooked it. Now it's all shrunken.
仕方がありません。
Happens.
お塩に胡椒、それからオリーブオイルをパッパッパッ。
Let's take some salt and pepper and olive oil and put a little dab, dab, dab. She sprinkles a pinch of resources over the empty dish. Then something red starts smelling forth. Oh. Red Lancer.
何するのよマネージャー、いきなりオイルまみれじゃない。
Have you lost it, manager? What's the big idea smearing me with oil? I had a feeling it might be her. She has swirling dragon horns, surprisingly long dragon claws, and heaps of bright red frizz to top it all off. That's no doubt about it. The one we fought in the first and second layers. She lost to Hakuno Kishinami Toyfish. Yep, it's Lancer Elizabeth Bathory.
一つ言っておくぞ。俺は油断慢心は容認するが、手抜きは本気で勘弁ならん。
I'll say one thing and one thing only. I may be fine with ignorance and vanity, but I do not tolerate corner cutting.
本当にがっかりですよね。
It really is disappointing, isn't it?
私としてもせっかく作った迷宮に使い回しを当てたくはありません。
Even I don't want to reuse assets for the new labyrinth floors I toiled to add.
けど材料不足じゃお料理できませんし、
But there's only so much magic I can work when I only have so many resources.
仕方なく残り物を冷蔵庫から引っ張り出してきたんですけど、
So I had no choice but to pull out some leftover tile sets out of the archive.
くんくん、匂いませんか？具体的に言うと負け犬の匂いが。
Snip, snip. Smell that? If I had to be specific, I would say it smells like a loser.
何なのよ、みんな揃ってがっかりしちゃって。
Hey, what's the deal, guys? Why does everyone look
ここ
disappointed?
は歓喜の鳴き声を上げるとこ
This is the part where you're supposed to cheer with glee. Cheer? Chirp? Chirp? Oh, I'm chirping all right. After all, it feels like I got this one in the bag.
ろよ。見てなさい小豚、今度こそ私の本領発揮なんだから。
Just you wait, Peggy. This time I'll show you what I can really do.
はい、小物感ありすぎてがっかりな意思表明ありがとうございました。
Great. Thank you for the unimpressive drill about your side character complex.
ですがエリちゃんを迷宮の核にするのはこれが初めて。
Still, this is the first time Ellie will be made into a labyrinth
SG だ
core.
って一つもバレてません。
She hasn't leaked a single SG.
まあ高級フレンチとはいきませんが、
She won't exactly cut it for French gourmet.
頑固職人のこだわりラーメンぐらいの歯ごたえはあると思われます。
No, she's much too al dente, like upscale pretentious New York ramen.
とりあえずマンネリ感をごまかすために面白いマスターをつけておいたので、
Not that I can't work with that. To avoid the same old routine, I gave her an interesting
そっ
master.
ちに期待しておいてくださいね。
I hope you look forward to it. An interesting master, huh? Who could that possibly be?
見てからのお楽しみですよ先輩。
It's a surprise,
それ
senpai.
じゃあ私もそろそろムーンセルの調理に戻りますね。
Now then, it's about time for me to get back to cooking up the moon cell.
あとは肉食系同士で楽しくどうぞ。
You ravenous bunch, have fun
本
now.
日はここキッチンスタジオから
That's it for today at the kitchen studio.
ビビーちゃんのお腹いっぱいクッキングでした。また来週。
Thank you so much for watching Little BB's Full Belly Cooking. See you next week. See you in a week, baby. Everyone is just like, well, that happened again. Rin and Ronnie turn their faces away, avoiding eye contact with me. So hey, I have something to ask you too. I don't remember anything, got it? I don't know anything about his secrets, okay?
断じて認めません。
Likewise, therefore, do not dig up what's dead and buried from when we were sentinels. Well, anything I could at least give a hint. Silence. Sorry, ma'am. Feels like quite some time has passed since then, but to these two, their time as sentinels is a dark past that must never be mentioned. Let sleeping dogs lie, or whatever. I must never talk about stuff like money worship or habit exposure. Ever. Well, honestly, I don't know. Sorry we can't be any more help. You'll just have to collect this SGs the same way you've been doing it. We'll manage somehow, with us three as backup. Truth be told, it hurts not having Leo here. But we can do it, right? Ronnie? Sakura?
同意します。
Of course. I promise I'll continue offering you perfect support, Mr. Kishinami.
バッチリです。
Yes, backing you up may be the only thing I can do, but I'll do my very best at it as well. I don't expect that it'll be easy to cover for Leo and Julius. And yet these girls assert that we'll be fine.
よし。
Alright then, we'll start preparing too. We've got a ton of tasks to get done. I'll even ask Junako and Shinji for help. Miss Karigiri at this point. Also, now that you mention it, I have yet to see Macho Shinji around today. Whatever, not like he'll be useful anyway. We've got the most reliable chances of finishing this. Sakura, another cup of coffee? Okay, I'll make you one now. Add a little more sugar to keep your head from being overworked. As soon as you finish preparing, please continue to the 13th floor of the labyrinth, Mr. Kishinami. I reply, understood, then rise from my seat. We may be acquainted with our opponent, Elizabeth, but the inside of the labyrinth demands caution. We need to shift gears and take our exploration head on. I suddenly feel eyes on me, so I lift my head. The three of them are staring at me. Go for it, Kishinami, our new president. The new president. It's a bit of an embarrassing position for me to take, and one of great responsibility. Maybe Leo can pull it off, but I know I'm not fit to inspire these members. But that's precisely why I have to move forward. No matter if I'm a coward or if I'm reckless, moving forward is the principle Hakudo Kishinami sticks to. I turn to face each person and give each a solid nod. Ooh. I'm gonna go put that on as soon as I can. Like tea mixed with coffee plus sugar and milk with an extra order I got from Kodomine. Oh, and the
バッチリ
lemon.
です。
He'll be tip-top shape to provide backup on his side. Yeah, hold on. I may end it soon anyway, but I do want to check to make sure something. There it is. System. Well, music's still on. Why don't I do it like this? Yes. Because I've noticed that the music isn't kicking in anyway, which is very, very strange to me. Come on. Come on. I want to at least have the last of our preparation work done in with music. Oh, this is a new tune. That's cool. Okay, so like I really like Leo. Have for a long, long time. I really liked him since the preliminaries. What's a charming random? A lot of things. Very sense of ethics. He deems this NPCs to be perfect tools and those other imperfect masters. I want him to look at me like I'm a thing. He's worthy of his The girl's crazy. So I just kind of ignore her. Error popped up with the gross mental structure because of the imaginary number space. She's been normalized by a restoration program, but I'm not sure about it. If this is all that came back, then she's... Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. Fuck. Alright. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna turn that all the way down. And it was Gilgamesh. It stopped happening as soon as I left the room. I'm gonna do that one more time, but if the buzzing starts, then well, that's gonna be that. Oh, that was so weird. Gil, why did you blast us with a buzzer just now? Where's the armband? I want the armband. Oh god, please. Okay. Please never voice channel. Maybe it's not a that. Okay, hold on. What's up, Gil? You wanna talk? Suddenly my vision dazes and grows dark. It's like I'm suffering from anemia. It's probably due to the fatigue I accumulated from our explorations of the labyrinth. Your complexion doesn't look so bad, but your vitals are dropping. Oh man, the noise gate prevents you from hearing the clicking. Hold on. You're far too feeble, but if you faint inside the labyrinth, it'll prove troublesome. Some rest here. I won't take offense. The way he said it stung, but it was also rare for Gilgamesh to show concern for my well-being. I responded to the king's whimsical remark with an alright before I lay down on my bed. The moment I lay down, I quickly became sleepy. It seems I was exhausted in my very core. I surrender myself to a despondency that seems to wash over me. This is but a brief respite from my reality of constant battle. Let's have a deep dream, if only for a little while. You know how it goes with servants and masters of dreams. I was born out of a lump of earth, shaped out of clay by the hands of gods. I was created as a tool which can transform into limitless things. I awoke in the wilderness. The first sight I beheld was a sprawling land and the sky. Then I saw a towering fortress city in the distance. Suddenly I heard a far-off call. It wasn't my mother's finger or my father's rebuke that roused me. Curious about the call, I lifted my heavy eyelids. I had just awoken, but I was not rational. My father was the king of the gods, Anu. My mother was the goddess of creation, Aruru. They bestowed upon me with great power, but they were unable to breathe into me a soul. For that reason, for a few years after I awoke, my life consisted merely of dashing across the plains alongside the beasts. However, I had an objective, for when my mother created me, she gave me a mission. O Chang, bring the linchpin back to us. However, I had no soul within me. All I could do was live in the wild. I lacked human will. I was in bliss, simply running across the plains with the animals day in and day out. I wasn't complete, but I wasn't missing anything either. However, occasionally I would stop to look over at that far-off fortress. From across the wilds, someone was calling. Whose voice was that, I wonder? It's not my father's. It's not my mother's. I felt like someone very different was calling me. Lamenting over me and my lack of rationality, my father gave me a woman. To me, someone who had never seen a mirror, this humanoid served as a good teacher to help me know myself. I learned wisdom and reason. She taught me how heaven and earth work. A soul was breathed into me, one that helped me carry out the mission previously created for me. Enkidu. And thus I had spoken my own name for the first time. In that moment, my world transformed into something extremely simple. My role, my mission. I must impart the god's ire onto the arrogant Gilgamesh. My heart fluttered with joy. I dashed across the wilderness like a meteor. My reason for being created, my reason to risk my life. to deliver divine retribution to a puppet created by the gods, just like me. But when I found him, he was still young. Unlike me, he seems to grow. Unlike me, human blood is mixed within him. He's still in his childhood. Until he becomes an adult, I can't compete with him. Unless we fight on equal terms, it won't count as admonishment. And so I gazed upon the fortress city. I hear the call coming from inside there. I keep my impatience in check and counted the days till he grew up. As a child, he possessed an outstandingly kingly disposition, more so than anyone else in this world. He was tolerant, thoughtful, fair, and had morals. Everyone walking down the street would praise him. They were captivated. They saw in him the ideal boy king. Arrogance? I can only think that the gods had been mistaken. The child Gilgamesh had no shortcomings worthy of admonishment. If there was any problem, it was the fact that while he showed respect for the gods, he was not obedient to them. The years passed and the boy grew into a young man. I came to acknowledge the god's apprehension. In the few years that passed, he became a different person. Dictatorship, tyranny, coercion, levies, prosperity wholly out of self-interest. The people of Uruk grieved. Why has it come to this? The gods were puzzled. We didn't anticipate it to this degree. However, I could understand, painfully so, the reason behind his sudden change. He had been born with a conclusion. He was a lone being, neither god nor human. Having gained traits from both, his perspective was too broad, too distant. Even the gods couldn't understand the things he had set his eyes on. His excessive strength brought forth excessive solitude. Yet, he had never abandoned his position as the king. He had never deserted the mission he was charged with. What a powerful ego. He earnestly respected the gods and loved man. The conclusion was that he chose to walk a path where he despised the gods and loathed men. You admonish me. We met before the buildings where sacred marriages were held. That's right. By my hand I shall reform your hubris. I should have said solitude instead of hubris, but I couldn't bring myself to do so. I didn't want to injure his pride. Our battle lasted several days. I was a spear, an axe, a shield, a beast. I could transform into limitless things. Against me, he mustered all the strength he possessed. You swine. You, a lowly lump of earth, thinks they can match me. He had encountered someone equal to him for the first time. Was it surprise or anger? During the battle, he took his prized treasures in hand. For him to bring out his stored treasures, precious as they were, was likely nothing less than humiliating to him. Initially, he did so out of necessity. He was cornered. Yet in the end, he had fun freely adding in more of his treasures. Finally, who had won the battle? He had at last emptied the last of his stores, and I had lost 9/10 of my clay. I couldn't even make clothes for myself. I must have looked seedy. He looked at me with wide eyes, let out a roaring laugh, and fell onto his back. I, too, fell onto the ground and took a deep breath. To tell the truth, I could have only gone one more round. There's only one thing left for us to do. If we can no longer defend ourselves, then we'll just line up as two foolish corpses. I don't understand what he truly meant by that. Even now, what did he mean to say? Let's call it a draw? Or maybe this was so foolish that there should only be one corpse? Regardless, I heard his words, then followed his lead and collapsed as he did. I even thought, just like a mirror. Do you regret having to use your treasures? For some reason, I asked this. Now, if my opponent is one whom I must use them on, then using them isn't that bad. So said Gilgamesh in a cheerful voice. From that point on, I traveled with him. The days seemed to race
貴
by.
様が来てからというもの、俺の蔵は落ち着きがない。財宝を投げ打つなぞ。頭の悪い癖をつけさせてくれたな。
Ever since you came, my stores have been busy. You made me develop this stupid habit of throwing my treasures around. He still had his usual collector's mindset, but he had learned to use what he had every now and then. It's one of my few achievements. It was a monster named Humbaba who joined our powers in beating. I asked him something. Why did he decide to defeat Humbaba? He had no such mission from the gods to do so. On the other hand, I don't think it was for the benefit of the people of Uruk.
いや、ウルクを守るためだが、地上の善悪を倒しておかねば、民どもが飢え死のう。
No, it was to protect Uruk. If I don't defeat all the evils of this land, the people will starve. Why? I asked further. The people of Uruk suffer under his tyranny. Why would he care for the people?
不思議ではないだろう。俺は人間の守護者として生まれたものだからな。この星の未来を築くのが王の役目だ。
I don't think it's that strange. I was born to be the protector of man. It's the king's duty to erect the planet's future civilization. As he said so, his gaze was extremely far off. So far off I couldn't understand what he was looking at, despite being created the same way he was.
守護にも種類があろう。守ることだけが守護ではない。時には北風も必要だろうよ。
There are various kinds of protectors. It's not enough to simply protect. Sometimes one needs the north wind. At that moment I understood him completely. I see. So basically you value the path of discernment. He laughed shyly. He laughed shyly. He had a refreshing smile on his face, the one from his childhood he would occasionally show to me. I came to understand why he preferred solitude. The path he chose to walk was one he had to walk alone. He said he was protecting, the act of looking off to the distant future. If he has to despise the gods and hate humans to do so, then the king must be alone. The more he liked the people's futures, the less relevant he was in them. The one who judges is also the one who reaps. And all the king gets back is results. The glorious course those results give birth to is something not even he, so superior to humans, must intervene in.
結果はつまらぬ織物になりそうだが、そうすると決めた以上、最後まで付き合うさ。
Well, these results look like they'll make for dull fabrics. Until I decide that they are for sure. I'll indulge them until the end. He bragged, and unable to endure it, I spoke up. I'm a tool. There's no need for you to judge me. I can continue to be by your side until the world ends.
あわけ。
Tool. I think the look of relief on his face since then was something I had never seen, then or since.
良いか。それはというのだ。
Sin. That means... Got it. He went on. As he did, I heard words as precious as the stars. This is the moment where I truly had a self. This will be the last story. Talks broke down between Gilgamesh and the goddess Ishtar. We fought against the bull of heaven that Ishtar unleashed. This story is about my final moments. Using that weapon, Gilgamesh drove away the bull of heaven, broke apart the dark clouds cast over the world, and saved the land from being flooded. As a punishment for defying the gods, I was turned back into the lump of earth. He fervently embraced that lump of me.
許さぬ。なぜお前が死ぬ？罰が下されるのなら、それは俺であるべきだ。すべては俺のわがままではないか。
I won't forgive them. Why must you die? If punishment must be rendered, lay it unto me. Was the crime born not from my own selfishness? This guy still cries. Unable to see, I make to him a suggestion. You need to be sad. I am a weapon. but a glint among your many treasures. In time, greater treasures than myself will come to you. I was never worth your tears, nor was I ever a reason to shed them. That's right, I was a weapon, a tool. Unlike him, despite being a child of the gods, Gilgamesh was a hero who continued to defy his birth. He had a soul from the very beginning. He was born with free will. A true being, unlike myself. I was expendable. He had a real worth. He shined as a star would. I admired him for that, despised him all the same. We were created by the same Father. Why were we such different creatures?
価値はある。唯一の価値はあるのだ。俺はここに宣言する。この世において俺の友はただ一人ならばこそその価値は未来永劫変わりはしない。
You have worth, a unique worth. Thus I say, in this world I have but one friend. That's why your worth won't change, not for all eternity. I was a weapon. Weapons are made to be replaced every generation. My worth, my mystique, existed only in this era. At the cost of being alone forever, he made me something else. I remember what he said at the time. He said when I declared that I was a tool. What he said when I declared I was a tool. Ooh.
共に生き、共に語らい、共に戦う。それは人でも道具でもない。友というのだ。エルキドゥ。
When you live with someone, talk with someone, fight with someone, they are neither man nor tool. Those are what we call our friends. Enkidu. Ah, how sinful he was. He knew his weakness, but wouldn't change them. He knew his strengths, but wouldn't flatter them. No one understood him. His greatest sincerity came in feigning ignorance. Across this man's pride, I left an all-unhealing wound. The rain gradually let up. I'm returning to my original form, a lump of earth from the wilderness. All that remained was the king of the king was his roar, and with it he cried like the thunder. My records end here. I have a regret which has already vanished. From here on, it's your future. You, unlike me, are human. Let this be your story. That's why I want to ask a few things of you now. Do you still love humans? Do you still remember your friend's name, even now? That mistake you made in that distinct era, have you already overcome it? I squint from the light. It seems I was having an old dream. I happen to look up and see Gilgamesh, pressing his eyelids with his fingers. Seems like he dozed off too. Maybe that dream rubbed off on me because I called out to him quite casually. You get any sleep?
そのようだ。俺も多少疲れていたらしい。取るに足りぬ懐かしいものを見た。
It would appear so. Apparently I was a tad tired as well. I saw something trivial, yet nostalgic. Gilgamesh's voice is lacking his usual pressure. Now that I think about it, there's something that I heard about. Masters and servants who form contracts are mentally linked. And when they're unconscious, when they're sleeping, they sometimes share memories. I'm not sure, but I think the dream I just had now was related to Gilgamesh's friend. Maybe he had been experiencing the same dream I had. As I have this thought, I unintentionally start to speak. I have to ask. Akeno Kishinami, his instructor, asks him. Don't make me choose. Fuck. Does Gil love humans? Do you remember that friend's name? It seems like a precarious situation. That's a good question. I don't think so. Do you remember that friend's name?
その友、何を言い出すかと思えば、その友だと勘違いをしているようだな。
That friend. That's what you're asking about? That friend? Sounds like you misunderstand something. He was my boyfriend.
俺が見ていたものは天のお牛との戦いだ。友の夢などではない。
I was recalling my battle against the bull of heaven. I had no dreams about them friends.
そもそも俺に友などめったにいるものか。いたとしても名前など忘れていいよ。もう口にすることはできぬのだからな。
I never even had any, first of all. Even if I did have one, I've forgotten their name, or I can no longer speak it. Gilgamesh spat his words out with displeasure. However, his voice didn't have even the smallest trace of anger in it. I could no longer speak it. That reply alone tells me plenty about whether Gilgamesh remembers his friend's name or not.
くだらぬざれ言をほざける程度には回復したようだな。では休息もここまでだ。行くぞ。
Looks like you've recovered enough to spout stupid jokes. Then no more rest for you. Let's go, Hakuno.
そして断っておくが、俺が見ていたのは我が半生の奇跡だ。生を受け、生を終えるまでのな。
Also, let me inform you that I was seeing the course of my life, of half of my life, from when I was born up until the day I
は
died.
じめは神を認め人を守った。幼年期を終え、成人してからは神を憎み人を好む。
Initially, I accepted the gods and regarded man. When my childhood ended and I became an adult, I hated the gods and regarded man well.
それだけの夢を見たに過ぎん。仮にお前が俺の記憶を垣間見たとしても、それは貴様の主観。
The dream I saw was nothing more than that. Even if you did catch a glimpse of my memories, you saw it from your own perspective.
俺の真実とは程遠い。それをわきまえることだ。
It's far from the truth about me. Bear that in mind. Saying this, Gilgamesh leaves ahead of me. I also hurry out of bed and run after his golden back. That's right. The dream I just had can't be from Gilgamesh's perspective. It wasn't his or Hakuno Kishinami's dream. It was somebody else's. However, the words spoken within that dream are undoubtedly true. Your worth won't degrade, not for all eternity. That's the one thing that Liv King said that I'll remember. Along with the owner of that dream. It's hard to say, but your dream of wishing to be abandoned doesn't seem like it'll come true. Ooh. Nice. Chain of Heaven. Something else?
残り物の再利用ときたか。BB め、手抜き極まったな。家庭系女子の風上にも置けぬ。
So she's recycling leftovers now. BB that her. She could cut corners off of spheres. She's a disgrace to stay-at-home
あ
women.
の竜の娘もゴーハラであろうよ。電子、いや、量子レンジでチンされての復活なぞ。インスタントにも程がある。
The dragon girl must resent her as well. Being revived via an electric... No, a spiritron microwave. I have respect for instant meals.
聞いているのか？何やら深刻な顔つきだが、手抜き調理にトラウマでもあったのか？
Are you listening, Hakuno? Your expression is somewhat grave. Did her lazy cooking traumatize you? After Gilgamesh says that, I realized I had my head hung down this entire time. Oh yeah, anything more about defeating Elizabeth? Not doing so would be disrespectful to Leo and Julius. For their sake, I need to do everything I can as the new president.
なるほど。新会長の重責か。ポンプの身で群れを率いるのは確かに肩の重いことよな。
I see. The responsibility of being the new president, huh? Leading a group certainly is heavy for a commoner's shoulders.
であればこう考えよ。 我らの肩には数人の命ではない全人類の命がかかっていると。
Then consider it like so. Upon our shoulders rest not the lives of several, but the lives of all humanity.
そうなれば気は楽だぞ。何しろ貴様が敗北した瞬間、貴様を責める者も全て消え去るのだ。
Thinking so will comfort you, you know? For you see, the moment you're defeated, all who rebuke you will
気持ち
vanish.
よく戦い、気兼ねなく敗北できよう。全てを背負うとはすなわち、自らのみで世界と相対する。
Enjoy your battles, and you'll be able to lose without fear. To bear all means to fight alone against the world.
悩むことはない。この世全ての命に対して全ての悪になればいいのだ。お前を罰するのはお前のみだ。
There's nothing to fret over. If all the lives of this world are replaced with all evils, so be it. The only one who will punish you is you. What? Everything in the world? That's absurd. That's way too big a scale. Unlike the Golden King of Heroes, I can't handle that.
そうか。誰にも責められぬ高みより多くに問われる低さを良しとするか。まあ、貴様らしい平凡さだ。
Is that so? Your value staying low, where many will question you, but being so high that none can rebuke you. Mediocre, as usual.
では、小物らしく頭を悩ますがいい。無論、責任ではなく攻略についてな。3度目とはいえ、竜の娘は手強いぞ。
Wreck your brain, peon. Obviously about winning, not responsibility. Despite being the third time, this dragon girl is yet formidable. If I'm gonna worry about something, I shouldn't worry about what I can do, rather what I must do. Sounds like that's what Gilgamesh wants to tell me. Jeez. Wish you would explain it in simpler words. I hide my face now, grinning. Before the king gets displeased with me, I move over to my corner of the room, which is becoming my usual spot. To be focused. First thing is to defeat Elizabeth. Alright, that's enough of that. Well, we got a new SG. We might as well check it out. Okay. The Chains of Heaven. That which symbolizes Gilgamesh's childhood. It represents his battle with a friend that was his equal in their adventures. The one and only tale of this entire world. Its value will never change for all eternity.
俺は絶対にして始まりの王。英雄の中の英雄王。ギルガメッシュ。ゆえに
Gilgamesh.
貴様もそう呼ぶがよい。あえて言うなら182センチというやつだ。何？思ったより普通だと？たわけ！
Pardon.
俺に肉だるまになれというのか？
Do you desire to be some abnormal flesh monster? Pardon me while I look up centimeters to feet. A common search for me. 182. He's about 5'9". That's about as tall as I am. Maybe a little taller.
さらにあえて言うなら68キロ前後であろうよ。言っておくが、贅肉はないぞ。また俺は生まれてこの方太ったこ
Never
と
had
は
an
ない。
ounce of fat in my entire life.
ためになったな、雑
Good enough
種。
for you.
そうだな。人として答えるのなら、
My capital
我が
city.
都、ウルクだろうよ。
Uruk. Birthday.
年の始まりか終わり、どちらでも好きな方
From
を選
beginning or
べ。
end of the year, whichever you prefer. How do you spend your free time? Leisure trips.
満
shit.
遊だ。どのような時代であれ、都市をそぞろ歩くのはやめられんな。ま、レベル1になるまで眠っていたのだが。
That sounds nice. To walk around the town. Alright. There's one last thing I gotta check before making a decision. Do that. Chicago line. Oh. What? And then an extra thing. Hey Sakura, I haven't gotten your lunch yet. Black tea mixed with coffee plus sugar and milk. Oh, that's right. Like I said, I'm getting it. Okay. Alright. Can I make it just a little bit longer? Yeah. We'll do all the pre-dungeon cleanup and then that'll be that. I'll talk to you, Anderson. Oh, how could I? Sorry I was lost on my thoughts. I stopped writing, just for a second. The story's ending came to me and I said, gosh, this book is cool. I started hating myself. What, you want to know if I'm alright? Are you worrying over me, Hakuno? Don't worry. It'll be a masterpiece to a commoner like you. Once it's finished, I'll have you read it first. You want to know why I stand in this corner? Well, there's no particular reason. But being in the corner is less stressful than being in the center, isn't it? They're staying all the way back so that healthy boys and girls don't notice her. Even this woman knows about the right place and time. Fascinating. Fascinating. Not what I thought this would turn into. Anyway. Alright. And that about does it for me, guys. That's all the... Did I do Tiger's thing yet? Yeah. Luckily, we know who to talk to. Thank you, God. Tiger's looking for a swimming partner. Yep, there he is. My grades are the best of my class. That's how I'm configured. Huh? The sea? This Fujimura is going diving. What the? She's up to her usual tragedy, I see. Alright, I got it. I can't do anything else, so let me take care of our teacher. I'll let her know. Oh, did you find someone to support me by any chance? I see. That should be perfect. I don't think we'll have any issues. Thank you, Kishinami. I give this to you as a token of my gratitude. I picked it up at the Digital Sea a while back. Tiger won't want it too. Also, take this too. Looks like you got the smartest kid around, so I'm treating you. Cool. Alright, now I'm going to borrow his help and try to return the Digital Sea. I'll contact you if I make it. Till then, keep reviewing your classwork. Bye, Tiger. Now that's done. Alright. Right. Yep. Alright. I'm cutting off before we do any real work because this was a very read heavy episode, but also I'm late. It's late and I'm tired. It's late and I want to go to bed. It's bedtime time, maybe. So, with that, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, rest of your week. Make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. And I do really mean it. And, go watch a fun movie. Go watch a movie that you think is fun, but other people think is kind of dumb. It's good for your soul. Anyway, hope you guys take care and catch you later. Bye.